Hey everyone, it's Vijay. Happy Monday. Hope you're all doing pretty well. Today I'm going to talk about ChatGPT. I feel like it's time to talk about it. I was spending a lot of time with it this past week and really enjoying it, and so I want to demo that to you today. All right, let's check out ChatGPT. I'm going to give you like a quick demo here and just kind of go through the basics. Basically, all you have to do is just type in ChatGPT into your browser, and then the link that you should click on is the one that says OpenAI. OpenAI is the developer that created ChatGPT. If you click on something else, make sure it has the OpenAI logo and it's a variant of this URL. Otherwise, it may be like a spam link. So after that, after you get to this page, then make sure that you click on the little button that says Try ChatGPT. And then you'll be taken to a page where you'll have to create an account. But after you create an account, you'll be taken to this page once you're logged in, which shows you a little prompt bar. I am using the paid version of ChatGPT. You don't need to pay for ChatGPT. It works just as well on the free version. But I decided to just experiment around with the ChatGPT Plus just to see if it was faster, because that's what it's supposed to do. When there's times of heavy traffic, you're prioritized. But again, you can just use the free version. It works just as well. So I like ChatGPT because it helps me study better. For example, right now I am reading all these tech books. And so I'm clicking on the Designing Data Intensive Applications one. That is the book that I've been reading mainly for the past half year. It was recommended to me from some of my friends who are in FANG as something that I should definitely learn and just really get better with. So the big ideas behind reliable, scalable, and maintainable systems by Martin Kleppman. So I can tell you, as I was reading this book, it is a huge book. It's 1,000 pages. It gets tiring sometimes, and a lot of times I'll ask myself, like, what did I just read? So I do a lot of highlighting and try to make sure that, if I come back to read a section, I know, oh, okay, this is what I need to pay attention to. But a lot of times I may see a word or something that I've forgotten, and so I will need to go back and research it again, right? And probably need to read through all of this, which I think ChatGPT can help me with, because what it does is, if I get stuck on something like what is an SLA, I can just say, what is an SLA? And it'll guess what I'm saying here. I can kind of be sort of lazy, and the cool thing is it's so good at just kind of taking your natural language and processing it and giving you the best response that it can possibly give you. I think if you don't like the response, you can just click regenerate response and it'll give you a better response. But I like this. So here it says a service level agreement is a contract or agreement between a service provider and a customer. SLAs typically include specific metrics and targets that a provider must meet, such as uptime guarantees and response times and resolution times. So in my head, I'm like, boom, oh yeah, that's what it was. And so that helps me study better. If you look at my little chat history on the side here, I've been using ChatGPT a lot to kind of just go back and review stuff, especially in the cycle now of trying to go and do interview prep and be ready for the next job. And so I gotta tell you too, as a programmer, right, we have a lot to just remember, especially for these coding interviews. There's so many different subjects to cover, so many things to explain. So for example, I was kind of just kind of asking it some questions like, what is a rebase? It says rebasing is different from merging in that it creates a linear history as opposed to a history that has multiple merge commits. Dependency injection. Dependency injection is a design pattern in programming that allows you to write more modular and reusable code. In simple terms, one thing you can do, if you don't really understand a lot of these text definitions, is you can just say, give an example of dependency injection in Java. And so then you don't have to sit there and read text, right? Because that essentially is the same thing as Google. Google basically just kind of gives you a bunch of links that you have to filter through, and maybe there are blogs and you have to read through the blogs to get to an example. But here you can just say, give me code. I love the code because that helps me kind of plug something in, so I can go and try it out in my own editor and just verify. Now I will say that if you are playing around with ChatGPT and you get these kind of responses, the one thing that I notice a lot, there's no credits to whoever created this content. There's no external links or references that you can go to. And so you may want to cross-reference a lot of this stuff with the real Google search or Wikipedia, just to make sure that you have some sort of accuracy to like the content that you're reading. If you just depend on ChatGPT alone, that may be a mistake because you may have holes in your understanding. But that said, it is pretty good. I gotta say that, I think most of the time the content is correct because you can try this out, right? Like that's the cool thing about the code. If you try this out, you get the understanding of how dependency injection works, or you can also have ChatGPT help you learn, explain in code, or write code to how to do a binary search, right? And so here's an example in Python, and I can read it and just kind of like see, this is something I can try in my like code editor. Again, though, I would cross-reference it, but at least it gives me like a starting point, which I think is really cool. Oh, I'll give you one more. For a long time, I was sitting there thinking about like how to use a technology like CodeMirror to create a code editor in the browser that I could check somebody's code. And this is something that I was like trying to build on my own for my website. So give me an example of how to use CodeMirror with my website. In code, I want to check someone's coding solution. So there, it gives you like a starting point, right? This is exactly why I'm saying this is so cool. You need to add CodeMirror to your library, to your project. So here's an example of how to do that. Then you'll create a text area element. And by the way, I know this because like I've read the response before, so that's why I'm kind of going through it kind of fast. But here you can see it says editor get value, if code is the solution, console, the solution is correct. And you can just kind of integrate this with, some kind of backend that has the solution. If you're not sure, you can ask it for more details. Can you give me more details on how to check a solution in CodeMirror? So yeah, let's see what it does. So here's the solution. I haven't seen this, by the way, so I just want to see. Okay. All right. So I just have to attach my editor with this code right here, and then I get the form, and then I submit it, and then I prevent the default form action. This is probably the function that would be the solution to whatever code question I ask, and then like I would just make sure that both strings match, and then I would be correct. So there's obviously a lot more work that goes into like building like some kind of site like this, but you could imagine like this is a great starting point for me, especially because like, me also just kind of going through tutorials. I was playing around with Stephen Grider's like, SQL editor the other day, and I was like, this is really cool. How did he make something like this? And, I sat there and I researched his site, in the inspector, but it's still cool because he's actually using CodeMirror, and, like he's checking like what you're writing here, and then, you can see like results in real time from the query, which is pretty cool. The second part of ChatGPT is that if you are somebody trying to make content, you're a content creator, I think like that's actually sort of the huge appeal for a lot of people right now. And that's why you'll see it on LinkedIn posts so much. People will use it to write stories and generate ideas. So being a HackBuddy meetup group, YouTube channel, I can ask ChatGPT for stuff like how to give me ideas on how to create a tech programmer YouTube channel. So it gives me some cool advice right here. Like you could do programming tutorials, you could do live coding, code reviews, news and trends, QA sessions, create content on DevOps topics or data science or code challenges or open source contributions. So I like these responses because this gives me something curated as opposed to going to Google again and trying to like ask the same question, like ways to start a YouTube channel on tech. So this comes from vidIQ, then I have some videos, then I have, like some domains and Quora, which is all great, but I have to kind of decide which one I want. And sometimes if you're asking this question, you may start here and you have to like sort of go down the rabbit hole, and I have to wait for this dumb landing page to load. Then he has an ugly background, which makes it harder for me to read because it's daytime. In any case, right, like, did you know that YouTube influencers bring in millions of dollars a year by blah, 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 blah. Like, where is the the information that I want about a tech channel. This is all just generic. So I've already sort of wasted my time and I'm getting ads. So in this case, right, ChatGPT is so much more useful. You just kind of get content directly. Again, you can go and cross-verify it with, some of these other pages, but I like having it all in one place. And you can also click regenerate the response too. So it's cool. I'm gonna stop generating here. You can ask it other questions like, I want to have a tech meetup next month. What topic are popular in JavaScript? So then it'll say React, Node.js, JavaScript, frameworks, ES6, ES7, testing in JavaScript. So I could say stop generating, and I say, ChatGPT, write a newsletter for me in the voice of Douglas Crockford on JavaScript promises. So it is writing a letter for my meetup audiences on promises, and so it's in the voice of Douglas Crockford. I would never really do this, but like Douglas Crockford is considered one of like the tech magnates added to JavaScript in terms of like JSON. So you can imagine like him reading this and talking to you about promises. So that's actually kind of cool. Again, cross-verify the stuff. Sometimes it might just be like BS. So, you just want to make sure. And then obviously this is just a test, right? Like you would never want to actually publish this if you're a business because you get sued. But I'm just demoing it anyway, right? Like I could say, write that again in the voice of Wes Boss. I think that's his name. I don't even remember actually. Hey there, JavaScript friends. So this is a YouTuber, by the way. I want to talk to you about promises in JavaScript. Write that again in the voice of Kent C. Dodds. So yeah, different ways to say stuff. I think like my takeaway from this is that if machine learning is sitting there and like analyzing these different types of people out there that are like really into tech, right? And you can go and research this on Google. Who are the top people in tech? How do they write? You can see if like they've been analyzed in machine learning and see if, like you can kind of write in a way that is more friendly for your audience or effective. And I think like that'll help you get more followers or more people to be part of your channel. But yeah, ChatGPT ultimately is super powerful tool. It should definitely help you speed up your progress if you're trying to become a better technology person, trying to become a better organizer stuff. I think like its power is definitely in business too. Like if you're trying to speed up how your business operates, or if you're working as an independent person and you have a lot of expenses like in content generation, this can definitely help you cut down and like really focus and build something even better. Even if like you still want to have like assistants help you write code or help you write content, you can have them kind of start with this and then go and build something a little bit more personalized. So that's awesome. So if you like this video today, hit that like button or smash it and check out some of our other videos. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, share this video or our videos with your friends, and let them know about youtube.com/HackBuddy. Hopefully see you around some more videos, and leave comments if you have any feedback, any ChatGPT queries you want me to try. I'd be happy to and give you some of the feedback on that. All right, see you next time.